welcome to Unveil Your Brilliance with Angilie Kapoor, where each week we explore helping you to break free from the illusions that are holding you back. My name is Angilie Kapoor. I am your host. I am also a conscious leadership coach and empowerment strategist, as well as a multi book author, an inspirational speaker, and the founder of my leadership coaching company, Oversight Global. Now, at Oversight Global, we are on a mission to address the consciousness crisis in the world, one leader at a time. Now, according to the University of Scranton, a whopping 92% of people who set out to achieve something never actually do. That leaves about 8% of people in a very elite category of actual finishers and goal achievers. Now, the reason why I share this with you is because in today's episode, I want to talk about setting yourself up from the get go to successfully achieve unveiling your brilliance. And well, let's go ahead and dive deeper into that in just a little bit. Hi there, Angilie Kapoor here. I'm a conscious leadership coach, empowerment strategist, multi book author, inspirational speaker, and the host of Unveil Your Brilliance on the Win Win Women Network. And I want to talk about why I feel it's important to celebrate International Women's Day. I feel it's something that's important for us to celebrate because it creates awareness. It also allows us to recognize ourselves as women, as well as feel a connectivity and a togetherness and unite in our femininity and our womanhood, and to really lift each other up and support one another and becoming all that we are meant to be, and to again unveil our brilliance and shine our lights so bright all around the world. So that's why I feel like celebrating International Women's Day is super important. And so I hope to see you at our Win Win Women International Women's Day celebration that's coming up March 1st through 10th. So I hope to see you then. Take care. So, I want to chat a bit about International Women's Day, which is coming up in a couple of days on March 8th. Now, this special occasion recognizes the achievements, challenges, and the empowerment of women all over the world. International Women's Day is a day dedicated to us women that is celebrated annually on March 8th. Now, women from different walks of life and cultures come together to celebrate this day and to remind ourselves of our worth, our potential, and our struggles. Now, this year we celebrate the 110th anniversary of International Women's Day. Wow, amazing, right? The first official celebration of this day was actually held in 1911 by the United Nations, where women advocated for their right to vote, their right to work, and their right to hold public office. Now, since then, the celebration has evolved into a global movement that aims to promote gender equality, women's rights, and women's empowerment. Now, this year's theme is Choose to Challenge, where women are encouraged to challenge gender biases, stereotypes, and inequalities in their respective fields. Now, to give you a bit of a history regarding International Women's Day, International Women's Day has been celebrated for more than a century, dating back to the early 1900s. The first Women's Day was actually observed in 1909 in the United States and was organized by the Socialist Party of America to honor the 1908 garment workers' strike in New York City. Now, the following year, a conference of working women was held in Copenhagen, Denmark, and it was decided that International Women's Day would be celebrated annually on March 8th. Since then, International Women's Day has been celebrated annually in countries all over the world. So, why is International Women's Day important, you might ask? Well, International Women's Day is a day to celebrate the progress that has been made towards gender equality and to also recognize the struggles that women still face. It's a day to honor the women who have fought for women's rights and to inspire the next generation of women to continue the fight. Now, this day is not just for us women, but for everyone who believes in equality and justice. It's a day to raise awareness of the issues that women face, such as gender based violence, unequal pay, and a lack of political representation. Now, as women, it's important to observe this day, International Women's Day, because it is a day to celebrate our achievements and to recognize our worth. It's also a day to reflect on the challenges that we may face and to come up with strategies to overcome them. Now, observing International Women's Day is also a way to show solidarity with other women and to support the fight for gender equality. By taking time to observe this day, you are contributing to the global effort to empower women and to create a more just and equitable world. Now, one amazing way that you can observe, celebrate, and participate in International Women's Day is by attending the Win Win Women's Network International Women's Day Global Summit. Now, this free event is taking place now from March 1st to March 10th, daily from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can register for the event at internationalwomensday.org and join thousands of women from around the world for inspiring talks, empowering workshops, and meaningful discussions about women's rights and gender equality. In fact, I actually spoke at the Win Win Women Network International Women's Day Global Summit today, and let me tell you, it was amazing. I had the opportunity to share how to recognize and embody your inner phenomenal leader, as well as connect with so many other inspiring women who are making a difference in their communities and beyond. So, if you want to be part of this incredible movement, be sure to register for the Win Win Women Network International Women's Day Global Summit. It's a chance to learn, grow, and connect with women from all over the world who are passionate about unveiling their brilliance. So, there you have it. International Women's Day is a special day that we women can use to celebrate our achievements, reflect on the challenges that we still face, and inspire each other to keep pushing for progress. And if you're looking for a way to get involved, again, be sure to check out the International Women's Day Global Summit by Win Win Women Network. And remember that, let us remember the women who have fought for our rights and let us commit ourselves to continue their work. So happy International Women's Day to you, ladies. Now, one of the main things I've discovered in my own experience and self discovery journey and in my transformational journey into unveiling my own brilliance is that mindset is everything. Now, a few years ago, when I first learned about mindset, I was completely blown away at how powerful our minds truly are and how our minds are typically working against us and hindering us until we intentionally take control and harness its power to work to our advantage. Now, we'll actually be diving more into mindset and what it is, what it encompasses, and how to shift our mindsets and maintain that shift here shortly on this show in a future episode. But a mindset block that relates to today's topic of discussion is getting out of your comfort zone. Now, our comfort zone refers to a psychological state where we feel safe, secure, and in control. It is where we limit ourselves to familiar environments, routines, and behaviors that we know will not challenge us. Although this may feel comforting, staying inside our comfort zone hinders us from reaching our full potential, both personally as well as professionally. When we remain in our comfort zone, we become stagnant, unchallenged, and miss out on new experiences that could enhance our lives. It is important to get out of our comfort zone because it helps us grow, learn from our mistakes, and discover hidden talents or abilities we never knew existed. Now, stepping out of our comfort zone can be daunting, but it allows us to build resilience, adaptability, and confidence when we face new challenges. By embracing discomfort and taking calculated risks, we can expand our horizons, achieve our goals, and live a more fulfilling life.
Now, in breaking free, we focus on overcoming the challenges that we as women face and breaking free from conformity. Now, one type of conformity in relation to today's topic is the expectation that we are to put others and things first and ourselves last. Now, for centuries, women have been expected to put the needs of others before their own. Now, this expectation is deeply rooted in our innate maternal instinct and perpetrated by societal and cultural traditions. However, this mentality is flawed as it comes at the cost of oneself. It is impossible to take care of others from an empty cup. It's one of the things I'm always saying. Neglecting our own health, our well being, our growth and happiness in favor of others ultimately leaves us depleted and unable to fully care for those we love. It's important for women to break free from this conformity and prioritize self care. Now, contrary to popular belief, self care is not selfish. In fact, it is selfless because it allows us to be at our best, giving us the ability to provide our best for others. Now, prioritizing self care not only benefits ourselves, but it also sets a positive example for future generations of women to come. It is time for women to embrace the idea that taking care of oneself is a crucial component of being able to care for others effectively. Now, let's talk about a practical strategy that we can start using to take action now to maximize our potential. Now, in relation to today's topic of time management, the strategy I have for you is actually a combination of a practical strategy as well as a mindset strategy. When it comes to being effective in our time management, here are two powerful perspectives to remember. Now, the first one is as a popular quote from Les Brown says, in every day, there are 1,440 minutes. That means that we have 1,440 daily opportunities to make a positive impact. Now, this is just a reminder that time is a finite resource, meaning we can't get time back, not a second, a minute, or an hour, or a day. Therefore, be sure you are using your time every second of every day that you have wisely and productively. Make sure that you're using your time and energy on moving the needle towards goals that you have, whatever they may be. And number two is another food for thought, is something that I personally strive to do every day. You see, I strive to positively change and grow every day. Now, one of my goals daily is to go to sleep a different person from whom I woke up as that morning. Now, hopefully, these two perspectives, these two powerful reminders, will help you to better strategize your time management. Now, let's get back to that statistic I mentioned in the beginning of the show that a whopping 92% of people who set out to achieve something never actually do. That leaves only 8% of people in a very elite category of being actual finishers and goal achievers. Now, this is a staggering number. And as I mentioned earlier, it's important to set yourself up for success from the very beginning to successfully achieve unveiling your brilliance. Now, many of us desire to create positive change in our lives, whether it's breaking free from negative habits or discovering our true potential. We often turn to programs and courses to help us achieve these goals. However, despite our good intentions, we often fail to follow through and become part of that 92% that I mentioned. Now, after years of my own experience and in working with clients and observing their behavior, one of the main reasons for this failure is poor time management skills. People may sign up for a course or a program, but they don't prioritize their time to actually implement what they're learning. They become overwhelmed with their hectic schedules and other commitments, leaving little time for self improvement. Now, a majority of people verbally say that they want to make a positive change in their lives. They'll sign up for workshops, courses, programs, memberships, all that other stuff, but then they won't make the necessary room in their already too busy schedules to actually have time to go through the material, let alone have focus and actually implement the things that they're learning. This is why the first thing I do with people that I work with in all of my experiences and programs is to help them to be intentional, to create that focus and manage their time effectively in order to take their positive change initiative seriously. You see, I believe that effective time management is essential for anyone looking to make positive changes in their life. It's not just about managing your time, but also being intentional and focused on your goals. When you're intentional about your time and for your priorities, you're more likely to commit to your goals and stay on track. Now, the first step to effective time management is setting clear goals and creating a plan to achieve them. This involves breaking down your goals into smaller, achievable tasks and scheduling time for each of those tasks. Whether it's setting aside an hour each day to work on a project or dedicating specific days of the week to exercise, having a plan in place is crucial. Now, effective time management not only involves setting clear goals and creating a plan, but also requires prioritizing tasks based on their importance and their urgency. Now, this means identifying which tasks are crucial to achieving your goals and which ones can be delegated or even postponed. Now, to do this, you need to understand the difference between urgent and important tasks. Now, urgent tasks require immediate attention and have strict deadlines, while important tasks contribute to your long term goals and require more time and effort. Now, to prioritize effectively, you can use tools such as the Eisenhower Matrix, which is a tool that categorizes tasks into four quadrants based on their urgency and importance. Now, this helps you to focus on tasks that are important and urgent first, followed by those that are important but not urgent, and then urgent but not important. And then finally, tasks that are neither urgent nor important. By prioritizing your tasks, you can maximize your productivity and achieve your goals more efficiently. A couple of tools that I have personally found effective for myself personally as well as professionally in being more effective in managing my time are the 80-20 rule, which is also known as the Pareto principle, as well as the concept of ROI, return on investment. Now, the 80-20 rule states that 80% of outcomes results from 20% of causes. Now, this concept is important to understand because it can help you identify which tasks throughout your day to prioritize so you can make the most impact and effectively move the needle towards your goals every day. Now, another way to think of this is to determine your ROI, your return on investment. Now, typically, this concept is used in business in terms of financial activities. However, I have found it to be a helpful concept in terms of determining your time and energy investment into tasks and whether or not a task is worth that investment. I specifically started to realize this and use this to determine which task I would take on and do myself versus delegating or outsourcing them. It also is a concept that I found helpful in being able to say no to things, which we will actually dive more into here in a bit. Now, in addition to setting clear goals, creating a clear plan, and prioritizing your tasks, effective time management also involves minimizing distractions and maintaining focus. Now, this means avoiding multitasking, which can decrease productivity and increase stress levels, which is contrary to what people actually say about multitasking and believe out there. Instead, you should focus on one task at a time and eliminate distractions such as social media notifications or email alerts. By staying focused, you can complete tasks more quickly and with a higher quality, ultimately achieving your goals more effectively. Now, another key factor in effective time management is learning to say no. Now, it's important to prioritize your goals and commitments, and sometimes that means saying no, ladies, to social events or other requests that don't align with your priorities or your goals. Now, I know this can be difficult at first, but it's essential to making time for what truly matters. Learning to say no can be particularly challenging for us women due to the societal expectations and gender roles that often place a higher value on nurturing and accommodating behaviors. However, it's crucial to recognize that saying yes to everything can lead to burnout and a lack of fulfillment. One of the things that I'm always saying that a mantra that I follow daily, which I ran into a few years ago, is that if your heart is not in it, don't do it. Now, by setting boundaries and learning to say no, we women can prioritize our own goals and commitments while also modeling a healthy behavior for those around us. Additionally, saying no can actually lead to more positive and meaningful social interactions as it allows for a more intentional and authentic approach to relationships. Now, ultimately, learning to say no is an important step towards effective time management and achieving personal and professional success. Now, finally, it's important to remember that effective time management is not just about productivity, but also self care. It's important to schedule time for relaxation, exercise, and socialization to maintain a healthy balance in your life. Now, self care is a crucial component of effective time management. Many individuals make the mistake of thinking that they need to work harder and longer to achieve their goals, but this approach can quickly lead to burnout and exhaustion. Taking regular breaks, engaging in physical activity, and spending time with loved ones can actually increase your productivity by improving your mental and your physical health. Now, research has shown that regular exercise can boost energy levels, improve your mood, and enhance cognitive function. Additionally, spending time with your friends and family can reduce stress and increase feelings of happiness and fulfillment. Now, in order to truly achieve success and happiness, it's important to prioritize your own self care and make it a non negotiable part of your daily routine. Now, in conclusion, if you're looking to make a positive change in your life, effective time management is essential. By setting clear goals, creating a plan, learning to say no, and prioritizing your self care, you can become part of that elite 8% who successfully achieves what they set out to do. Now, remember, it's not about being perfect, but rather about being intentional and being committed to your goals. And to help you be an action taker and not just merely a note taker, note collector, here are some quick tips and action steps that you can get started on using right away to better manage your time in order to make room for self improvement that you desire and the efforts that you want to make. So, number one is to take some time to write down your typical daily schedule from when you wake up in the morning to when you go to bed at night. Now, look at your daily habits and routines to see if they are truly serving you in being productive and managing your time effectively. Get curious and ask yourself some thought provoking questions like, why do I do this? Is it helping me be effective and productive? Or is it hindering me from accomplishing the things I want and need to accomplish? Is it something I absolutely have to do, or can I delegate it to someone else, like my spouse or my children or a team member in the workplace? Now, creating this awareness and analyzing your habits and routine are the first step to creating positive change and managing your time more effectively. The number two is clearly defining what it is that you desire to accomplish. Now, write it down and be specific. Create what we call SMART goals, goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, as well as time bound. Don't just set a vague goal. Be intentional with your goal setting and make sure it is based on a strong why in order to keep you motivated when challenges and obstacles come up to hinder your progress. And number three is to remember that lots of small steps taken consistently will add up to massive results. This is a concept we call the compound effect. You don't need to make massive changes in your schedule right away. Start small and be diligent about being consistent. You might only be able to dedicate 15 to 30 minutes a day on your self improvement activities, and this is perfectly fine. Just be consistent with those 15 to 30 minutes every day, and before long, you'll see some massive improvements and progress and be able to create more time for your efforts in your schedule. Okay, so those are my three fast action tips for helping you get started right away to effectively managing your time to include and focus on your self improvement efforts. So go out there and get to it. And remember to share your experience and progress. I'd love to hear about how you're doing with all of this. Now, ladies, are you tired of feeling stuck in the same old routines, repeating the same mistakes, and never quite reaching your full potential? Do you have goals and dreams that you just can't seem to make a reality? Well, you're not alone. Now, as you can see, like we've been talking about, a whopping 92% of people who set out to achieve something never actually do. But I'm here to tell you that you can finally break free from being part of that statistic. I would love to offer all of my viewers here on this show a free high performance strategy coaching call to help kickstart your journey towards unveiling your brilliance. You see, I understand the struggles that come with trying to make positive changes in your life. We often lack the time, the motivation, or the guidance to take that first step towards achieving our goals. That's why I'm here to offer you my expertise and support to help you get to where you want to be. Now, during our free coaching call, we'll work together to create a personalized plan that fits your unique needs and your goals. We'll identify the habits and beliefs that are holding you back and find strategies to overcome them. We'll break down your goals into smaller, achievable tasks and schedule time for each task. We'll also work on prioritizing your goals and commitments despite your overly hectic schedule. But it's not just about productivity. We'll also talk about your self care and creating a healthy balance in your life. We'll talk about scheduling time for relaxation, exercise, and socialization to maintain a healthy mind and body. So, if you're ready to take that first step towards unveiling your brilliance and becoming part of that elite 8%, I encourage you to schedule a free high performance strategy coaching call with me today. I promise you won't regret it. Let's work together to create the life that you truly deserve. Okay, and that is it for today's episode on No More Excuses, making time for self improvement. If you're here with me live, be sure to join me in the second half of the show for Brilliant Connections, where I get to meet you and get to know you, and you're able to ask any questions you might have from today's episode topic. If you're catching this on replay, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you'll check out our previous episodes as well on the winwinwomen.tv /show unveil your brilliance, as well as join me live in next week. Now, remember, break free from that 92% and join the 8% of people, especially women, who are living a life they absolutely love. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next week. And my ladies here with me live, I'll see you in just a few seconds.